In this 21st century, handing over a mobile device to your child has become a norm because you want to keep them occupied, you want to keep them engaged. But how safe is your child online? Hello, welcome once again to my channel, Mom Motivation. This is still Ashley Roberts, your number one mom motivator, or as I like to call myself, your motivator. Today, I'll be talking about a very important matter, and that is how to create a safe child online. Like it or not, the use of electronic devices has come to stay, and these children are interacting online in one way or the other. Is either they're having classes online, or they're playing games online, or they're watching something online, or they're doing some sort of academic research online. So whether we like it or not, our children will have that interaction with mobile devices that is connected to the internet. But how do you ensure that you are having a child that is safe online, a child that is informed of what is happening online, so that you can have your mind at rest while you hand over that device to your child? Please hit the subscribe button, like and share our videos, because we have so much that we want to share with you, and we also want you to share it with your friends and family. So back to our topic for today. How do you create a safe child online? First and foremost, you need to ask yourself that question: does my child need a mobile device? Even if they do need a mobile device, does it need to be connected online? So the first thing you will want to do is review the need for your child to have a mobile device that's connected to the internet. Some people hand their children over mobile devices that just have a SIM card where they can make calls and reach out to them when they want to, but it's not connected to the internet. Then some also have devices that they've handed over to their children that is connected to the internet. So what category do you fall in? That's the first question you will need to ask yourself. Review the need for your child to have a device, and review the need for you to have that child connected to the internet. I can give you a few reasons why you may want to have your children connected to the internet. For example, if they are in school and maybe they go to school by themselves and walk back by themselves, you may need to give your child mobile phone with internet, so that you can always track their location where they are, or so that they can use the map. Let's say they go to school with bus, they may need internet to check their bus time. They may need internet, maybe you want to ask them questions, they need to send you some details via WhatsApp, or you just need to have some sort of communication with them. So those are the things you may need to consider. Does my child need a mobile phone or not? Or for instance, maybe you're not in the same location with your children and you need to have that communication with them. Maybe you need to call them on WhatsApp, you need to call them on Zoom, or whatever social media app that requires video calling. So you see, that child may need internet. So these are things you may want to review. There are so many other reasons that I will not want to go into it. So, but you will need to review and ask yourself, is it really important to activate internet for my child? The second thing you want to do after you've reviewed the need to have that internet is to map out a plan for the usage of internet for your children or for your child. You cannot hand over a mobile device that has internet access on it without having a plan on the usage. You cannot just hand over to the child and say, use responsibly. Like I've always said, that doesn't make sense. Use responsibly. What is your definition of responsibly. You need to have that plan, and that plan must include time of usage, when to use it, how to use it, what are the modalities that must be in place, what are the conditions for use. These are things that you yourself as the parent would have sat down to map out before you hand over that child that device. Then the third thing you want to do is to sit down and have that discussion with your child. Talk to the child. I am going to give you a mobile phone or a mobile device with internet. These are my expectations. These are the modalities and these are the conditions. These are your responsibilities for this device. You need to have that conversation with your child. And when I'm talking about conversation, I'm talking about children that are old enough to understand what you're saying. If you're still dealing with toddlers, you don't need to have that conversation. You have complete and total charge of their devices, so you can manipulate the usage however you want. You can regulate the usage how you want. But when you're dealing with children that are a bit older and that are a bit more independent from you, let's say your teen or your preteen, you need to have that conversation with them, and that conversation will border on usage. That conversation will border on conditions that must be met before handing over the mobile device with internet to them. Then the fourth thing that you want to do is to create a safe child online. Create a safe child online. You have to empower your children with knowledge. You have to tell them the dangers and perils of internet. I'm going to do another video on how to create a safe child online, the conversations that you must have with your child before you hand over the device with internet to them. So create a safe child online. Make sure the device is safe. Make sure your child is empowered with knowledge and the adequate information that they need to be ready and equipped to use a device that's online. And of course, be ready to monitor the device, be ready to put in the work. You don't just hand over a device to a child and then that's it. You have to be ready to put in the extra work to monitor the usage of that device. So right now I'm going to talk about what to put in your plans. I know the second thing I mentioned was that you must have a plan for the usage of the mobile device. And a lot of people are wondering, what does that mean? This woman is always talking about plan. Yes. So I'm going to talk about the plan. The first thing you want to consider in your plan is the usage. How is the child going to be using it? Will the child be taking it to school, or the child is going to leave it at home? When they come back from school, they use it. Is the internet going to be a mobile data, or is it going to be the house Wi-Fi, or is it going to be both? What is the start time of usage and what is the end time of usage? You must define the time you want the child to use the internet and the time you want the child to drop that mobile device. Then another thing you want to talk about is passwords. You must have access to your child's password. They cannot use a mobile device that you don't have access to their password. It has to be like a written law. Like, if I cannot access the password on your device, I'm going to take it from you. Anytime you change your password without letting me know, I'm going to take the device from you. So you have that power, you have that authority until they become 18 to make that decision. You have to have access to the password. So if the device is going to be passworded, you have to know what the password is. These are the things you want to put down in your plan. Then you also have to talk about the people that they're interacting with, the people that they're going to be talking with, the people they're going to be calling, the people they're going to be texting. There must be people, real people, maybe their classmates from school, their friends from church, or their friends from your religious place, their friends, your family friends, their cousins. These are things you must have that discussion. No chatting with strangers. So these are things you want to put down in your plan, and you sit down when you're having that discussion with your child. You cannot just go to your child to have a discussion about internet without having it planned out. If you haven't discussed anything, you will look like an unserious parent. You will look like an unserious mom having that conversation. So you need to sit that child down. When you have drafted it, you checked your schedule, and you maybe, let's say their bedtime is 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock or whatever, and you're saying, okay, by 9 o'clock you shouldn't be using your internet anymore, or you're going to start using the internet when you come back from school, or immediately after school. Maybe you need the internet to get on the bus, or you need the internet to send some sort of message or call or text or something like that. So you know your child's plan. Like I always talk about, you have to understand the workings of your home. You have to understand the scheduling of your home, so you can make the right decision and come up with the right plans. So you need to know your child's schedule. You need to know what time they close from school. You need to know how the mechanisms of their school work, because while they're in school, I don't think they're allowed to use mobile phones. So if they need to reach out to you while they're at school, they can use the school office phone to call you. The school office can always call you. So let's say after they leave school and they have to get on the bus, they need to take an Uber or something, then you know, okay, the phone, you can start using it by 4 p.m. or you can start using it by 5 p.m. or 6, depending on the school time of the child. So you sit down and you have that conversation. I don't want to see that you've come online before it's time. Of course, you'll be monitoring. I'm going to do another video on how you can monitor your child's device remotely. So you're going to be having that conversation. You're not going to come online. I don't want to see you've come online before the discussed time, and I want to see that you've come offline after that time. You have shut down this phone and all that. So that is what your plan should look like. I'm just going to run through it again. You're going to be talking about usage, your condition of usage. You're going to be talking about people that he is using the phone on, and you're going to be talking about passwords and access and privacy. I hope you found this video useful. If you found it useful, please do subscribe, like, and share this video. I have more videos coming your way on creating a safe child online. See you soon. Thank you.